All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you, just like me. Figured I'd break out the fake radio voice. Hey, it's WDAV, all Dave, all the time. So apparently, speaking of Dave's, right? David Lee Roth has been using Michael Anthony's background vocals for his end of the road excursions with Kiss. According to a recent podcast I was reading, and it was an interview with Michael Anthony, and the podcaster is like, "Hey, do you know that Dave's using your vocals?" And Michael Anthony, completely oblivious, just is like, "No." And you know, uh, they go on to talk about attending a show and the angelic voice of Michael Anthony coming out of the speakers, even though these other guys are hitting the mics and pretending that they're singing this stuff. By the way, a little sidebar here. This stuff has been going on for decades. The Journey stuff that I talk about a lot, there was a lot of vocal chicanery going on with that band where people would tell me and report back and say things like, I don't think the vocals matched what the guy on stage was doing. And I'm not gonna single out any singer in particular. I'm just relaying what that person was saying to me. And I'm like, it doesn't surprise me. And then I spoke to somebody really on the inside, and they were like, oh yeah, you don't know the half of it. And it's sad. It's really sad because technology has made it really tempting, really convenient to say, well, we're not getting the kind of vocal that we think we could get here with a live band, which, by the way, takes the whole fun out of the live experience. If you can correct everything, and this is the whole thing with music right now, too, all of the newer stuff, the older stuff, those little imperfections, those things where the pacing was a little different, or, maybe the vocalist had a little crack in his voice or something, which would indicate that, hey, they're singing this live. That's what we want. We'll take those imperfections. But now it's like everybody's getting airbrushed, And with Michael Anthony, the most celebrated background vocalist in rock history, almost. I mean, I'm sure there are others, but he is way up there, and his vocal is pretty important to the sound of Van Halen. Obviously, if David Lee Roth wants to do a good show, he ought to replace himself. No, I'm just kidding. Well, what he ought to be doing is taking his 1985 vocal, and he should be lip syncing to that. It was really embarrassing, especially those Vegas shows. Watching and listening to Roth up there was just not a pleasant experience. My ears were feeling a little stressed out, and I think I had to go listen to some smooth jazz or something after that, because I was like, no, this can't be this bad. What's interesting is because Michael Anthony had no idea this was happening, he's thinking to himself, maybe I should be compensated. Maybe somebody should be paying for my background vocals. And he even suggested that he's going to call Roth and hash out, a little financial agreement with him if he is going to continue to do that. My guess is that Roth is trying to save some money so he can continue to market his tattoo removal cream. And he might want to save a few bucks and hire a much cheaper version of Michael Anthony to attempt to bring what Anthony brought to the table, vocally speaking. Poor Dave and poor Michael. Michael Anthony is always doesn't Michael Anthony seem to be like the odd man out all the time? Like, gee, nobody remembered Michael Anthony. Gee, we'll reunite, but why do we need Michael Anthony? And everybody's like, what are you doing to Mikey? The only one who sticks up for Michael Anthony is Sammy Hagar. And hey, I stepped on Michael Anthony's leg to get in a picture with Chickenfoot a long time ago. So that was my big thrill. Great guy. All of those guys were just fantastic. And anyway, just an interesting story I thought that I might bring to your attention next time you go see Dave, if you do, or maybe you can just sample a YouTube clip somewhere. You might be hearing the voice of Michael Anthony in the background, which again isn't surprising, but is a little bit funny and entertaining. So that's it. That's my video done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, all you new subscribers out there, as we march toward the goal of 40K. That's pretty exciting. I'm sure it's going to take a little while, but I thank everybody on Patreon too for your patronage and your support of the channel. And we'll see you soon.